Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. I would like to change just the subwave structure count here because the strength of the move indicates we don't really deal here with the diagonal. Has just become a bit too long. I mean, it could still be, but it's sort of getting unlikely. It rather suggests that what we're doing here is a take that out, is already an impulse. At least from a count point of view, it can still break down, don't get me wrong, because we only have 3 waves really, but it counts better as a 1-2-1-2 setup. So basically that we have our I think I need to move that slightly, that we had our wave 1 down here, our wave 2 just below that, with those highs and lows here on the weekend, on Friday, and that we're basically still in this third wave, yeah. And then we had just behind that 1-2, another 1-2. So it did say we can count that either as a 1-2 or corrective or diagonal. It now shows that it's more likely here a 1-2 setup. So I need to move the 1-2 there. Yeah, and then we can calculate targets a little better, provided this really is an impulse, but it allows us to understand that if this escalates higher, what are the key targets on the upside. Note that this could also be a B wave. So until we are above resistance, we of course don't know. How could we? But these are the potentials, right? And at the moment, you always need to see if we have a 1-2-1-2 setup. This can escalate quite a bit higher as the chart shows, as the roadmap shows. And it should, in this structure, break above resistance, which is at $24,080. It's still the resistance area that we've got here on the chart from the previous video. So a 1-2-1-2 setup is typically a very bullish setup if it works out, because it means that you basically do all of this upside without any strong retracements. It's a little bit similar to what we had here, which was back in February, middle of February, this last pump all the way up to around 25.5K. So if we say, okay, we had a 1-2-1-2, then this is basically the third. That could be done, that third wave, the way we got rejected there and the number of waves we've got available. So if I draw that here as a 1-2 setup, we look at the extension, you can see we reached the 300% fib extension. That means we can now calculate that fourth wave retracement and which level it should not drop below. For that purpose, we can calculate the length of the third, and we identify the key support areas for a fourth wave. And that's between 22,262 and 21,630. So it must not drop anymore below the 50% retracement here to still give us that fifth wave of the third. A break below the 21,630 level would basically make this impulse structure that might be evolving here unlikely. But for now, it's starting to look good. We've now already reached the turnaround area here, the turnaround space, and ideally we're turning around here and rally in a fifth. Can I give you a target for the fifth wave already? Not really, but we can make some assumptions because what I really need is the low of the fourth wave. But hey, we can still give it a go. So we take the length of that wave 1 through 3, go to a possible low. I mean, the target for that fifth wave up there will depend a little bit on how low we now go. Let's say we go to the ideal target, which is 21,913, the 38.2 fib level. That's typically the ideal target for a fourth wave. Then in a fifth wave, target areas that are possible, 23,020. I think it should push a bit higher. That would be rather short. And then the more likely one, in my opinion, is 23,706. And if it completely escalates in this fifth wave, and that's possible as well, if we don't stop there, we've got 24,815. Sometimes you get, with these rallies, an extended fifth wave, and then it would reach that 24,815 level, sort of from an extension point of view. We should then get a fourth and another fifth. And only afterwards, we should get another ABC structure. So that's sort of where we are here. Bigger picture wise, we've got a few possibilities here. I put them all on this chart. And again, as long as we're holding that orange support area, we can focus on higher. We've got still the possibility that this is a wave 4, that low was a wave 4, and we're now rallying in a wave 5 of 1. That's still possible. In tomorrow's video, I can discuss that in a little bit more detail. Or we are now in this B wave and then come down in C. To be honest, I'm leaning a bit towards that B wave, that we then still come down in C. But on the other hand, I'm thinking if that happens, a lot of the altcoins will make new lows probably, or will challenge the lowest points of their support areas. So I'd like to see, I mean, I'm leaning towards the B wave just because I think it would be the perfect scenario to mess people up. In a more ideal world, I would really like to see here either that we already are in the larger third wave that could take us to 30K plus, yeah, that we really bottomed here in the wave 2, yeah, or that we are here in a fifth wave that could take us also to around 26K. So I'm gonna follow that through for you, take it level by level, and I think it was a good week. The trade setup worked out, the turnaround space here, yeah. All of last week did highlight to you that it should not drop below around about $19,900 to hold support. It dropped just below that, morphed into the other count, but eventually found support here in our support area, which is that trade setup for a possible long trade for anybody who wants to take it. Now, I would never recommend you taking those. That is your individual decision. But we had a lot of trade setups that are now, at least temporarily here, successful, and that allows everybody to move up their stop loss if anybody wants to do that. I mean, again, that is your own decision, but for now we turned around in the turnaround area for that possible of that possible second wave, yeah, wave 2. Note it could also have been a wave 4. We don't know that at the moment. We will see that. Maybe we'll know more tomorrow, but in the end, you know, you never know, and you can only know the different scenarios to come up with your strategy. So ideas here, again, just to make that clear, if we get rejected in this red zone, which goes all the way up to 24,080, then this is probably a B wave, yeah, especially if we stay with 3 waves, and then we could come down in a C wave of 2. If we break through resistance, we are left with the question, is this just a wave 5 of 1? So that might make sense then to take some profits up there after 5 waves or towards the end of 5 waves. If it is already the larger third wave, then it should escalate up higher. But then also we would most likely have a wave 1 in 5 waves, a wave 2, a wave 3, and so on. So first of all, the market needs to show us, do we get rejected here in this red zone or not? At the moment, there is no sign we get rejected. Yes, we see a little bit of a setback, but that is all part of that impulse here anyway. And as long as we hold 21,630. Yeah, that's my best assessment I can make here at the moment. Tomorrow I'll do a bit more of a detailed update. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.